Happy new comic book day, everyone. My name is Nick. You're watching Comic Culture. It is June 16th. That's right, new comic book day. I mean, as always, I got a big stack of books here, so let's see what I got. I wanted to give a big shout out to Cadets Toys and Comics in Spring Hill, Tennessee for providing a lot of these books that I'm reading this week. Great customer service, brand new shop opening up. If you're in the Middle Tennessee area, specifically in Spring Hill or the surroundings areas, please come by and check them out. Cadets Toys and Comics. The link will be down below for their social media pages, and I will also leave their contact information there as well. So check out Cadets Toys and Comics. All right, guys, welcome back. So wow, we got a lot of stuff. So I actually got some more DC books this week than I typically do. DC's been really killing it right now. I've actually enjoyed their stuff a lot. I know some of the X-Men books are kind of restarting. We got Planet Size coming out. We got a new X-Men #1 coming soon as well. So I think some of that's kind of wrapping up a little bit. They're kind of not restarting, but they're going to start back at 1. So, but man, DC's got some really killer books. Let's go through what we got. We got Catwoman #32, that Jenny Frison variant, because it's Jenny Frison. So we're going to get all these covers because they're amazing. It's been a great book. Ram V's been writing it. Absolutely gorgeous book. So yeah, I really like that. So we got Supergirl. This is #1. This is the Woman of Tomorrow. I got that blank cover. And then on the inside, you see the regular cover, cover A. Read this one too. Really, really interesting book. Yeah. Tom King is actually writing this one. You know, say what you will about him. I've been enjoying it so far, some of his other work. And, you know, even if it's controversial. But yeah, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Absolutely killing it there. Got the Batman Fortnights. This is #5, just came out. I actually picked up #3, which I think was the last one I needed to complete all of them so far. You know, mixture of second prints and whatnot. So I'll be redeeming those codes later. So Batman Fortnite, who cares? This is the variant cover that I got for Legends of the Dark Knight #2. That variant B or whatever it is. So first appearance of Quiz, I believe, in there at the very back. In my opinion, the undeniable first appearance. I mean, she says her name, and there's a couple pages of her all over the place having dialogue directly with Batman, things like that. So I love the cover. I like this one better than the other one with Batman and Joker, just because this one's more like... It kind of hints at Quiz more, right? Because of the little question mark staff that she carries. So I like this. I'm not reading it though. Is anyone reading it? New artist, new writer. Robinson's on this book. Not a lot of previous work that I'm aware of. But you know, what does it say when you get an opportunity to write Batman? And there's Joker and Riddler in the story as well. So they got to have some kind of confidence in this guy, right? So let me know. Am I missing something? Am I misspeaking? So, you know, keep me honest, guys. Static #1. This is season 1. Milestone Returns. A cover. I read this one too. I don't know anything about Static. I never read any kind of Static books before. Absolutely loved it though. It was a great introduction to the character, and I think the story was interesting. There's some, like, you know, goes over the powers and goes over the family, introduces a villain, and the artwork was fire in this, man. I really, really liked it. So check out, I mean, you know, if you haven't checked out Static before and you like the little kid superhero stuff, kids that are superheroes, not kiddish superhero stuff, check out Static #1. I've enjoyed it. Nightwing 81, guys. Again, it's another killer book. Another Tom Taylor. It's great. It's a really, really good book. So the first appearance of the Heartless, full appearance of the Heartless, and it might be another first appearance as well. So I would be getting this. I'm not going to say for the spec, but if you're a spec kind of guy, I like the spec. I like collecting. I like good stories. If it's a spec, even better. So I think all the Nightwings are practically specs at this point. 2 possible first appearances in this book, so you can't go wrong with getting it if you're just into that. If you're into good storytelling at the same time, hey, even better. That's kind of where I fall right now. I'm a collector. I like reading a bunch of different stuff. Nightwing's a new character to me. I mean, I've always known about him, but like, I've never read a book about him. And hey, if it's worth more than cover price the next day or the next week, great. On to Marvel. So tons of DC. What was that? Like 5 or 6 DC books. So we got Planet Size X-Men #1. went ahead and got this. Have not been reading any X-Men or any other X books leading up to this. So hopefully it will be like a transition book for me into the next number one, when X-Men goes back to number one in the next week or two. I can't remember exactly when. Don't know anything about the Hellfire Gala, not been reading it. But I'm excited to read this book because I really want to get back into X-Men. I read a lot of old X-Men and like X-Force and things like that. So I'm hoping that this will be good. What do you guys think? I hear good things. I feel like I'm too far behind at this point. Something I'm not behind on though. Heroes Reborn number 7, Jason Aaron. I've been loving these books, man. These Heroes Reborn books are really, really good. So we're on issue number 7 here. And I don't know. I haven't read anything else really, so I really like where the story is going. I like that it's week to week. It's always fresh in my mind. The stories are interesting. The artwork has always been great. And so I'm loving these. So I'm going to keep picking these up because it's one of the only Marvel books that I've been like loving, and the frequency of its release is so often, right? So loving Heroes Reborn. Jason Aaron. One big book that everyone's looking forward to, I think, is Venom 200 Legacy numbering, number 35, Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman. Went ahead and got that A cover. Super thick. It's that hardbound style book here. Very, very thick. We all know that the creative team is switching here soon. So it will be interesting to see what happens there when Ram V, and I keep forgetting who's taking over with Ram V. He's co-writing it, right? And the name will come to me. The name will come to me. Ryan Otley, right? So anyway, yeah, Venom 200. I've been loving the series. I've read each one of them, and it's going to be great. Hopefully they launch off at a good spot, and Ram and team can take over smoothly and can continue what Venom's been doing, because it's been absolute fire. All right, that's it for the big 2. So we just had like 3 Marvel books, which is okay. There'll be more. So we got a stack of independents. Let's go into them. So we got Resident. This is David Andre's last issue, I believe, issue number 10 of Resident. Very, very interesting book. I feel like it comes out like every other month at this point. The last couple of months, or the last several issues, I should say. Maybe that's just my perception because it feels so long between weeks sometimes. But very interesting story. I think this is the last issue. And yeah, show him some love. Check out Resident. I know he's been on Pop Culture Philosophers a couple times. David has been at least once, talking about the book. Very, very cool book. Has a good presence on Twitter. So hit him up. If you've been reading the book, show him some love. And yeah, check out Resident number 10. I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of another giant book, this is BRZRKR number 3. I got that A cover, and then I also got a foil cover right here for a friend of mine. So this will be going to him, and then I got my A cover here. So yeah, BRZRKR number 3, Keanu Reeves. I don't think we need to say much about this. We all should probably know what this book is. Highly anticipated. Just nothing but pure action, adrenaline, and actually some really good storytelling mixed into it too. So I'm glad that it's a great combination of all those things. So yeah, loving it. Hey, another Ram V goodness. We got The Many Deaths of Laila Starr number 3. Got the A cover, and keeping the theme of foil, got the B cover 2, which is the foil cover. So I have number 1 and number 2 foil, and I think I have their A covers as well. And so here's my next foil for number 3. I'm going to be collecting A's and foils. I don't do that very often. I don't buy multiple copies of the same book, but I feel like this book is worth it to do. So yeah, Many Deaths of Laila Starr, more Ram V goodness. Absolute masterpiece. I love it. And I think it's Robbie's pick of the week for this week, for June 16th. I always forget the date. Always got to look back. Okay, another book. So I feel like all the independents were like, oh, another one we're looking forward to. But it's true. Silver Coin number 3. This one's Ed Brierson. Still Michael Walsh on the art. This one's Death Rattle. So we have the little, what is it, like a hawk kind of thing, sitting on top of a tire with an eyeball in his mouth in the snow. So who the hell knows what's going to happen there? Issue 1 and 2 were great. They're not connected. They have a similar theme. It's kind of like Ice Cream Man. There's like a similar theme in the background, but it's not like a continuation story, and that like all the characters know each other. So yeah, so Silver Coin number 3. Excited to read this one. See what kind of madness we're going to have here, because issue 1 and issue 2 were absolutely nuts. Issue 2 was read a lot quicker because there's more action than dialogue in that book, but there's a couple points where you had to kind of read through a bunch. But it was all very, very interesting. So moving on to another Image book, we have Radiant Black, number 5, Kyle Higgins. Radiant Black was good. I think issue number 4 really ramped it up for me. Issues 1, 2, and 3 were kind of like, okay, when are we going to get there? When are we going to get some action going? When are we going to get there? Issue 4 came out and really kind of blew me away. So I'm interested to see if they carry that momentum into issue 5. So looking forward to that for sure. A book that my shop introduced me to, wanted me to take a chance on it, was Compass, The Cauldron of Eternal Life. This is an Image book. This is number 1. This is Mackenzie and Walker on art and writing. So I don't know anything about this book. Maybe it came out a couple weeks ago. Maybe it came out a month ago. Maybe it's brand new today. Don't know anything about it. Always up to take a chance on some new independent books. So this is Compass. It should be interesting. I don't really know. The art looks really good. Looks like we got some fights and stuff going on. I'm going to try to show you a little bit about the art. I don't know if it's probably not spoilery at all, but that's kind of what we're dealing with there. Looks interesting. I always like to give books like this a shot because some of my favorite books that are out right now are books that my shop decided to just, not decided to, but wanted to get my opinion on. So I'm grateful for that for sure. And then the last book we have is Time Before Time. This is issue number 2. I got that B cover, that darker cover. I got it because I like the contrast and the coloring. I think the covers are really, really interesting. Issue 1 had a very, very good premise. And it had a good cliffhanger at the end, so it kind of hooked me a little bit. So I'm interested to see what happens in issue number 2. So, man, that's a lot of books. So which ones are you looking forward to reading? There's a lot here. I'm always interested in reading some new stuff, so Compass should be good. But a lot of these books are in the middle of some great stories. Laila, Starr, Silver Coin, BRZRKR, Residence wrapping up, Venom's wrapping up, Heroes is in the middle still, Planet Size is starting over. So we got a lot of good options here that are kind of like all over the place as far as where they are in their stories. Either they're new or they're old or they're wrapping up, which I guess is the case every week. But dang, that's a lot of books. So what did you guys get this week? Which ones have you read? What have you thought about them if you've read them so far? Which ones should I be picking up that I'm not picking up yet? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit that like button, the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for future videos. So thanks to you very much, and I will see you in the comments. And guys, down below in the description, you're going to find links to the Bad Batch. We have everything down there from comic book hauls, toys, card openings, creator interviews, community chats. Everything you want is down below in the description. And we are in the middle of Whiplash Wednesday. Join us every single Wednesday for content all day long. So check out the links below for more great content.